Hello, Michael Tillinger here. Welcome to another frequently asked questions session, where in this video we deal with the question, how will people know where to contribute their 3 hours every week? Is it a free-for-all? Can I choose where I go to contribute my 3 hours a week? And this is a question that comes up all the time. As people start to embrace the philosophy, the idea of the one small town, the implementation, how it's going to unfold, how we're going to start uniting all the businesses, and how we participate and contribute our time while we still carry on with our lives. So what I'd like to do is start this answer by reminding you of something that I should actually probably say at the beginning of every video, is whenever you find a question, or whenever you are facing a question that you don't know the answer to, always go back to the starting point. Go back to the fundamentals of what it is that we're trying to achieve. What are the fundamentals? We're trying to achieve a united community where the people cooperate and collaborate on every possible imaginable level. Those collaborations will be implemented as and when they are feasible and possible, where people in the town who decide to be part of the contributionism one small town strategy to turn their town into a place of prosperity and abundance, where we start identifying and initiating various businesses, either with our own money of the town, which we may have in our town, but most likely to start off with, find the key cornerstone investments that are most suitable to that town, whether it's agriculture, whether it's engineering, whether it's technology or healthcare, whatever it is. It could be horse breeding, it could be something bizarre that I can't even think about right now. And we establish those cornerstone businesses. Now, keep in mind, during this process, no one is forced to participate. This is completely voluntary. Everyone is free to join the One Small Town initiative, at which point that person will fill in a form of who they are, what they're good at, what are they trained in, what skills do they have, what hobbies do they have any special training or skills or abilities, whether it's being an accountant or an IT person or a computer programmer, or a carpenter, or a welder, or a plumber, or a technician, or a driver with a license to carry passengers, or anything that you're good at. Breeding horses. I keep going back to that because it's an interesting shoot off and a slightly different angle of what we would often not think about as a community working together. So how will we choose the things for people to do? How will I know where to go and contribute my 3 hours a week? Part of the initial structure, while we set up the website, identify all the opportunities, list all the investment opportunities and so forth, we will also be putting together a database, as I just mentioned, of all the people and participants of our town and our community. Those people will list their skills. We will then allocate, we will use the best technology available. Once again, I keep coming back to blockchain technology, and the reason for that is because I'm inundated all the time by IT people that keep telling me, yes, we must use blockchain technology, we can do this, we can do that, we can solve this, we can solve that. So I'm reasonably aware, obviously not completely aware, but I believe that I'm reasonably aware, and we know who the blockchain technology experts are, to bring them in and get them to design the system for us that will help us allocate the people with special skills and abilities to the different areas of need. Now, what are the areas of need? To start off with, it's going to be food. Unquestionably, agriculture and growing food and making sure that we have an ample supply of food and supply of water, and then obviously supply of electricity, which is the foundation of the One Small Town strategy. The electricity will always be the first initiative that we start off with. So I don't even mention that. So just remember that. Electricity is the first thing we start to negotiate while we identify the industrial opportunities and the business opportunities and so forth, and the investment opportunities. But the next level is then to make sure that our town is secure and self-sufficient in food and water to start off with. And then we start looking at all the other things that we need. What are the basic things that we need to do in our town? We need to keep the streets clean, keep the parks clean, take care of the elderly and the aged, take care of the rubbish removal, the recycling, all the things, purify, making sure the water supply is clean, pure, and so forth, and improving all these areas. Everything that needs to be done is for the community. That normally requires municipal workers or private contractors to do that for the municipality, which is normally costly. So if the municipality is struggling to pay the people that are on a payroll of the municipality to perform all these tasks that a town needs to do, those are some of the first roles that we will perform as those who contribute our 3 hours a week. So we will know from our special blockchain technology where we need people each week. There might be a pipe that is broken, so we need people to go and help, whether it's just helping and carrying and moving or shoveling or digging a trench or whatever it is, or welding stuff. We will know what is necessary, what is needed at the various areas of our community. That is now the basic municipal provision of services and so forth, and keeping our town beautiful. So that's how we will allocate the 3 hours per week. But it goes much wider than that as well, because now there'll be new businesses that we start, whether it's a bakery or a metal working shop or an engineering shop, or as I said, a horse breeding thing, or etc., etc. So people with special skills might be allocated to those businesses and those areas where certain needs and skills are required. While every business will be set up and run, meticulously set up with the best possible manager or expert to run and manage that business. For example, if we're going to start a bakery, we're not going to get a novice to bake bread for us who's going to learn how to bake bread. No, we're going to get the best possible baker. And if we need to import bakers from France or Germany or Italy, then we'll bring that baker in for the first 1 or 2 years while that baker trains our people, and our people then become equally skilled and be able to do what is necessary for that bakery. And that same model applies to every other area of our life, of our town, of our business that we set up. So it's not just a free-for-all. Where do I go and spend my 3 hours a week? It's not just a free-for-all. You don't just choose, I'll go and work here and I'll go and work there. No, there'll be a very sophisticated system that we put in that will identify the needs at the time. It might be a need that is identified on a certain morning that will let you know, okay, yesterday we wanted you to go help at the dairy or drive somewhere, to make a delivery somewhere on behalf of some factory or something. But today we actually need you because a pipe burst and we need you to go and help digging a trench or whatever it is. So it'll be very diverse. But as more and more people join, and as a majority of the people in our community become part of the One Small Town strategy and they start to contribute to 3 hours a week, we'll have more and more people, which means we will need a lot of work, a lot of labor to put everyone to work. Just think about it. If we have a town of 10,000 people, that's 10,000 people every week. They're going to give us 3 hours. That's 30,000 hours of labor every week. You need a lot of businesses, and please go away and do these numbers for yourself. Figure out how many companies and businesses we need to actually put those people to work. This is why we don't want people to work more than 3 hours a week, because ultimately it will become a problem. There'll be too many people that we need to put to work if we require more than 3 hours a week. And this is why in the years and years it took to stabilize the model, to work this out and figure out how this is going to work, we ended up with 3 hours a week. And that is the number that we stick with now. It might become more in the beginning. The town council and the council of elders will decide that we need less than 3 hours. But 3 hours is what I would suggest is the minimum amount that people contribute, because there needs to be an exchange of sweat equity, something you do for your community, for your town, so that you reap the rewards of all the businesses and all the things that we're doing for ourselves. Now, once again, keep in mind that if you contribute 3 hours a week in the bakery this week, that doesn't mean that you're only entitled to bread. No, you're entitled to the produce, the services, and everything that we do as a community. So if there are 100 businesses that we've set up, you're entitled to the products and produce and services of all 100 businesses in our community. That is the huge benefit to everybody that participates. So everybody will know exactly what to do. They're very simple apps that we'll create. Everybody that signs up will have an app on their phone. You will know immediately every day where you want it. It might change from day to day, eventually until you actually get up on the morning that you need to go and give your 3 hours to the community. You'll be told where to go. So it's not that complicated. It's very, very simple. But the fundamental, the core management of every business are people that are experts, are not just willy-nilly somebody that we get from the town to run it, volunteers. No, our businesses need to be the best run businesses in the world of that category business. So we must get in the best possible people at the management and the special skills level. Everything else, whether it's the receptionist, the doorkeeper, the drivers, the handlers, the carriers, the security, etc. All the office work, the admin work, etc. that a business needs. You don't need specialized people. There might be some specialist training in those areas, but that specialist training can, once again, can happen on the job. And people that may have accounting skills or whatever other skills in admin will be allocated to those jobs. So this is where the free labor component becomes so important, and why these businesses that are co-owned by each and every one in our community that contributes, the participants in the One Small Town plan, this is why there'll be such a rush, I believe, first of all, of investors, but such an incredible opportunity because of the free labor, and the investors that invest will have all that free labor. Now keep in mind, once again, and I don't want to go too off the track here, we want to stick to each question in every video, but keep in mind that the businesses we set up are as integrated as they can possibly be. So whatever we do, we need to figure out which part of that we do can supply other businesses that we've already set up or are about to set up. So if we want to start a bicycle factory and we need metal pipes for the bicycles or whatever, I'm just using crazy ideas just so you can imagine this for yourself. We have a metal factory that makes metal pipes that we export. Obviously, we're then going to make enough metal pipes so that the bicycle factory can get its metal pipes for free. That's part of the pledge that we do for ourselves. Whatever we need, we make for ourselves so we have it for free. Right, so those components, whether it's a bicycle factory, whether it's the wheat or the flour or the corn that goes into making bread or growing or making any other kinds of food products, all that we grow for ourselves so that we supply that for free to the factories that make it. So it's the integrated model that gives this thing such a powerful structure and such a powerhouse so that we can manufacture, grow, build, invent whatever we decide much better, much more effectively and efficiently, and much cheaper than any other company or factory around the world because of all the free labor force and the integrated structure where we supply the components and the ingredients to ourselves. So I hope this gives you a slightly more interesting or a complete overview of how we'll choose people to go and perform their 3 hours a week. And if there are any more questions, please put the questions at the bottom of the videos or send me an email, and I'll keep making new questions or new videos answering questions as often as I can, and we'll get through hundreds and possibly thousands of these questions.